Okay, guys, today we're going to be working on, I'm going to work on some problems, you're going to work on some by yourself. So I'm going to click right now. We're going to pretend like this is my journal, the outside. Right here, this will be my journal for today. So pay attention, okay? So a shoe store orders 112 pairs of adult size shoes for every 175 pairs of child size shoes. Which ratio could represent the number of adult shoes to the child size shoes in an order from this shoe store? So the keyword here, of course, would be ratio. So that would be important. Also, the other word would be to. That would be very important also. The other word that would be important is for every. That would be very important too. Okay? If you ever see these words to, ratio, or for every, I'm going to create a proportion. I'm going to create a proportion, but we're going to first start with the words. So I'm going to put words. I'm going to set up my ratio with words. Then I'm going to set up my ratio using the numbers. This is based on the story. So I'm going to create another ratio, but with numbers now. Finally, I'm going to take care of the numbers using the choices. I'm going to use the choices. I'm going to create a ratio using the choices. This is like number one from your journal, homework journal. That's why I'm doing this. We did it in class already. This is for the kids that were absent or lost, like the movie Lost. Okay? Words. You see the word two? It says adult size. So adult will go on the top because he came first. Adult. And then child, after the word two, he came second. So I'm going to go child on the bottom. Now I'm going to look at the numbers that go with adults. So you read over here, it's 112 pairs of adults. So guess what? 112 will go here. Second, I'm going to go check who goes with the child. Well, you look at over here, it says 175 pairs of child, so 175 will go there. So I'm done with my ratio. So this ratio is adult to child, 112 to 175. Now I'm going to look at the choices. Now, we need to remember that we have the choice of small to big. But this letter A is big to small, so I already know that letter A is dumb because that's small, that's big to small, and we're supposed to go small to big. Letter B, it looks good. It looks exactly what we wrote. That looks good. Small to big. And look at this one, small to big. So that looks good. Letter C, big to small. Bye bye to that one. Bye bye to the letter C. Bye bye to letter A. B, exactly perfect. Small to big. Small to big. So now it's between B and D. So I'm going to put here in choice either B or D. Now, let's be smart about this. This guy is pretty close to each other. 22 and 25 are 3 away. This is not close to each other. This is not close to each other. So I'm going to go with D because these are pretty far away. These are pretty far away from each other. So I'm going to start with choice D. So I'm going to put over here 16 on the top, 25 on the bottom. Once you have them set up, I'm going to do cross products, okay? So I'm going to start 25 times 12, cross products, 25 times 12, so I'm going to go to the side. 112 times 25, and see what we get. 5 times 2, 10. 5 times 1, 5 plus 1, 6. 5, oh, not 5, sorry, not good. 5 times 1 will be 5, my bad. Cross it out and put a 0. Cross it out and put a 0. Now 2 times 2 would be 4. 2 times 1 would be 2. 2 times 1 would be 2 again. 0, 10, and then we get 8, and then 2800. So I know that 25 times 112 is 2,800. So I'm going to put him on the top right there, 2,800. I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. I'm going to do cross products. Go to the side and you do the same thing. 175 times 16. 6 times 5 will be 30. 6 times 7 will be 42 plus 3, 45. 6 times 1, 6 plus 4 is 10. 1,050. Cross out and put a 0. Don't forget to put a 0. Some kids forget. Don't forget. 1 times 5, 5. 1 times 7, 7. 1 times 1, 1. 0 plus 0, 0. 5 and 5 would be 10. 1 and 7 would be 8. 1 and 1 would be 2. The answer is 2,800 also. Guess what? Guess what? They're proportional. So now I know that the answer is letter D. Now, if there's time, I will go try letter B, but because you're going to be taking the CPA on Thursday and Friday, there won't be time, so that's why you have to work smarter and not harder. I noticed that they were away from each other, that's why I started with B. If you had started with B, you would have said that they're not right, so you would have just tried D. But at least get rid of these two, dumb and dumber A and C. That's how you do number 1. Once you're done with number 1, then what you're going to do, you're going to go to your classwork, and it's the one with the football, because we're in football season, for NFL. NFL is football season. We're going to begin with Google. You're going to check here, and you notice there's number 1. And we said that the answer is D, so you're just going to click on it, and you're done with that one, okay? Then, your job is to do number 2 by yourself now. So now that I explained number 1, your job is to go do number 2 all by yourself. So you're going to be doing number 2, which is this guy, exactly the way I did. Hopefully that's going to help you. Now let's go to number 3. So we're going to go to number 3 now. There we go. Thank you. I have a helper, and she's doing awesome. My assistant up to date. Mr. Jenkins owns a landscaping business mows 12 rounds for every 5 trees. Their business trims. Which ratios could represent the number of rounds mowed to the number of trees trimmed by Mr. Jenkins' business? So again, I'm going to get my nice little cutters, I'll get blue or whatever. And I see the word what? Ratios again. I see the word 2 again. I see the word for every. That is also dealing with ratios. Once you see those words, you're going to go to your journal, number 3. And I want to start my strategy. First, we're going to put the ratio in words. Then we're going to put the ratio in numbers. And this is going to be based on the story. Then we're going to put the ratio in numbers again. But this time we're going to use the choices. The choices that are here they are, right there. Okay, so let's start with the words. There's your word 2. Before that we have the nouns that were what? Mowed. So guess what I'm going to put here? Lawns. And then the number of trees. So we're going to put trees here. Now we're going to match the numbers. It stays here 12 lawns. So guess what? 12 goes on top. It says here 5 trees. Guess what? 5 goes on the bottom. Now I'm going to put the first choice, 24 to 15. I'm going to put him here. 24 at the top because he was the first one in my ratio. And then 15 on the bottom, he was the second one. Now if you have choices, guys, we can do cross products if you want. Or we can do it like elementary. In elementary, you would ask yourself, 5 times what gives you 15? And you should know it's 5 times 3. Well, what you do on the bottom, which is times 3, I have to do it on the top. So you notice 5 times 3 does give me 15, so I'm going to say, good job, it's a check. 12 times 3 does not give me 24, it gives me 36, so this would be wrong, and that's why but this first one, I'm going to put that it's going to be false. Okay? Then I'm going to try the next one.
Singing.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Rivera, sorry to bother you, sir. Is it going to be baseball practice today?
Baseball practice, yes, but not the game.
Not the game, but that's just baseball practice. Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Okay, sorry about that. So here we go. That's part of being a teacher and a coach. So, more. So 12 to 5, 12 to 5. And now we have 60 to 25, the next choice. So 60 to 25. Now remember, guys, you could do cross products. Don't think that you can't, but I'm just showing you because there's so many to do. You could also do this. 5 times what gives me 25? Well, 5 times 5 gives me 25. That gets a check. What you do on the bottom, you have to do exactly the same thing on the top. So 12 times 5, you can go to the side. 12 times 5 and see how much it is. And guess what? It's going to be 60. Check also. So guess what? This guy would be now true. Then I'm going to do the next one. 12 to 5. And this time we have 84 first, 35 next. I'm going to start with the 5 again. I always just choose the small one because that's the issue once you kind of copy. You can still do, guys, just so you know, I can still go and do cross product. I can still do this and this. And just so you know, this will give you 300. And this will give you 300. That will be proportional. So it doesn't matter if you want to do cross products or you want to do the little elementary one. I prefer that you, in this case, will do the elementary because of time. 5 times 1 gives me 35. 5 times 7 gives me 35. And 12 times 7, I go to the side and copy it. Guess what? It's going to give me 84. So both of them, again, will be true. They're proportional. They work. 12 times 7, 84. 5 times 7, 35. Where am I getting the 7? From my head. Like, lo hago en mi cabeza. Tengo que durar 5 por qué. Okay. The next one, we have 12 to 5 again. 12 to 5. Set up a proportion. And this time we have 36 on the top and 16 on the bottom. 12 times 1 gives me 16. We're knowing that. Just with that, you already know it's going to be false, but let's try the top one. 12 times 1 gives me 36. 12 times 3 gives me 36. Yeah, what's 5 times 3? So this gets a check right there. Well, what's 5 times 3? It's 15. So he gets an X, so this guy would be false. He is not proportional. The last one, 12 times 5, 12 over 5 is a ratio, and I want to do this 144 over 60. So 144 over 60. 5 times 12 gives me 60. 5 times 12. 12 times 12 gives me 144. 12 times 12. Check, check. So guess what? He gets the truth. So we have false, the true, false, true. Then I'm going to go to my teacher mate. This is my journal. I'm going to go to my teacher mate. And I'm going to go to number 3. Scroll down. Beautiful. And we said that this guy was false. And if you're not sure, you can go back to your journal and check. We have false, true, true, false, and true. You have to do the work. No más es estar picándole. Cualquiera le gusta estar picando, pero no sé. You have to do the work. Okay? So just like number 3, guess what? Number 4 will be your homework. So if she checks right now, she's going to show you number 4. And that will be your homework. How does it look in teacher mate? It will be right there, scroll down. My assistant. Beautiful. There is number 4. That's what I just did in number 3. That's what you're going to do at home for number 4. Let's go to the next one. The next one is number 5. Number 5, I'm going to do it during tutorial or after school. We have those meetings for the thing. So just so you know, 5 and 6. Check on 6 now. They're the same, but I'm going to go in tutorial. 7, we're going to go in order so you can see. 7, we're going to do it now. Okay? So it says, Suri read 118 sight words in 4 minutes. At this rate, how many sight words would Suri read in 60 minutes? So the first thing I notice, again, is I notice this word rate. Well, that word is really a special ratio, just so you know. Okay? I also notice this word in. This is like the word to. See this word? This is like the word to, or the word for every. Same thing. Since I have that, here's how your worksheet looks. Number 7, you will begin again the ratio in words. I'm going to create a ratio using words. Then you're going to create a ratio using the numbers that are from the story. Then you're going to create a ratio from the choices. But I'm also going to teach you something that I'm going to do. Is going to be pre-algebra right now. Eventually it's going to be algebra. Right now I'm going to do pre-algebra because I'm going to use the 11-tree strategy. That's why it becomes pre-algebra. Algebra is just using letters to represent numbers. When you don't know something, you use the letters. So for example, let's go ahead and start this story. It says words. So let's go see. There's a in. Who came first? Right there, side words. So I'm going to say, you know what? The top is the side. The side words. The bottom will be the minutes. So we have words to minutes. So 118 will be on the top because those are the words. You see there, words, 118. The 4 minutes, they'll be on the bottom, 4 minutes. So I'm done with a ratio of 118 to 4, but now I need to put the choices. Before I put the choices, I know that we still have a 16 over here that we haven't used, so we have to use it because it's also what? Minutes. So you see the word minutes? That's why we have to put them in the bottom. If the word minutes was in the top, we would put them in the top, but in this case, it's in the bottom, it stays in the bottom. Now the side words, they didn't give me that, so we're going to call it X. That's when it becomes an algebraic equation. Once you use the letter X, or you could use whatever letter you want. In this case, we use X, then it becomes algebra. So now it's going to be pretty easy. Look. I'm going to go 4 times what from elementary. 4 times 4 gives me 16. Well, 4 times 4 gives me 16. Check. What you do on the bottom, you have to do to the top. 118 times 4. Now that one, I have to go copy on the side. 118 times 4. That will be 32. That will be 7. That will be 472. So 4 times 4 is 16. 18 times 4 is a 4, by the way. That's an ugly 4, but that's a 4. Okay, let me erase it. Because some of you might get confused in the video. Let me erase this 4. This is an ugly 4. Let me rewrite it again. 118 times 4. So 118 times 4, we already did the work here on the side, so that will be 472. So guess what? X becomes 472. Which tells me that it's going to be letter B. Then I'm going to go to my teacher made. And we're going to go to number 7. Because 5 and 6 is for tutorial. Number 7. And we said that the answer is B. Scroll down right there. You will have to do number 8 for homework. It's the same problem, but now you're going to do number 8 by yourself. Okay? Go on. Number 9 is top inside, bottom out. We have to make them all into money, but we don't have that for homework, guys. This is not for homework yet. It's just if you want to start practicing, you're going to change them all to money and then put them in a number line so you can put them in order. Tomorrow, I'll go over some of these. So this is not for homework. Then go on. 10 is not for homework, same thing, bottom out. 11 is not for homework, same thing. It's going to be decimals to fractions. Again, decimals to fractions, not for homework. I'm going to talk about that. Bottom out, put in the number 9, not for homework. Go on. Bottom out, put in number 9. Now, those are PEMDAS integer rules. Those I'm going to go over for sure tomorrow and in tutorials. So if you stay for today for tutorial, lucky you. 16, more integer rules, PEMDAS. 17, more integer rules, PEMDAS. 18, more integer rules, PEMDAS. 19, more integer rules, PEMDAS. 20 is what we're going to do next. Great. So for 20, what you do, we're going to check if it's true or false. So look at the first one, -3, 5. Now, with the work that I require for this one, guys, you have to draw your own on your own paper because in the start, You can't write another thing. So let me go to 20. Scroll all the way down. On the left side, okay. Scroll down all the way to 20. Like that. So in the start, since we can't write here, in the start, I recommend that you do this on the side. You're gonna go to the side, you're gonna write number 20, and you're gonna create your own corner grid, your own corner plane. So this guy going up and down is your y-axis. This one going horizontal is gonna be your x-axis. Perfect. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna plot the first point, this guy, -3, 5. So starting from the origin, which is right here, I'm gonna go -1, -2, -3, right to the left, this goes negative. And then up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put your point, is gonna be point D, and here's what it says, point D is in quadrant 2. Well, yes, because this would be quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. Remember that this is quadrant 1, this will be quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, this is quadrant 3, and this will be quadrant 4. Like the letter C for corner. Now let's check if they graphed it correctly. -3, 5. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, they graphed it correctly, so this guy would be true. And the next one, 1, 4. So I'm going to go from the origin, which is right here, 0, 0, 1, and then 4. I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. It will be about right there. This would be point A, and that would be in quadrant 1. But they say that it's in quadrant 2. That would be false already. I don't have to even check the other one, but the other one is as dumb as this first one. So the next one is point C. I'm gonna go 4 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. The point will be about right there. That will be point C. It is right there, point C. And they're saying they should be in quadrant 3, and it is, because this would be 1, 2, 3. So this checks off. Good job for this one. Now let's check this guy out. -4, -4. Yep. You did graph it correctly. -4, -4. So that checks off too. So guess what? This guy is a true statement too. The last one is going to be -6, +9. So I'm going to go back to my origin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there, and then -9. I mean +9, so I go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right there will be point D, which is in quadrant 2, and they're saying that it's supposed to be in quadrant 4. What is it? The answer is false. So we have a true, false, true, false. I'm going to go to my teacher mate. And we said that the answer was, I forgot, true, false, true, false. So it's going to be true, you're going to click there, false, true, false. Then you're going to do the rest of them by yourself, 21, 22, 23. Right now I'm going to continue and I'll pause for now because the bell just rang. So just give me a chance, okay? Okay, so that's how you do number 20. Now we're going to go to do number 24 and 25. So go ahead and go to 24, 25. So you have to, go back. Sorry. You have to do by yourself now for homework. You're going to do number 22. Go back up. 21, you have to do by yourself. 22 by yourself, and 23 by yourself. Now 24 is the last one I'm going to do with you, and then you do 25 for homework. I will be doing right now I'll put the video in thing. So here we go, I'm going to go pretty fast. The ratio of blue balloons to red balloons is 5 to 4. There are 12 red balloons. How many blue balloons are there? So get my little pencil. I see the word ratio again. I see the word 2 again. I see the word 2 right there again. So for sure, I'm going to do my new strategy of words. Who's first? In this case, we have the blue being first. So words will be blue to what? To red. Then we have the number 5. 5 will go first because that's the blue, and 4. Why do I know? Because of the word 2. Then we have 12 red. Look what it says, 12 red. So 12 would go on the top? No, it would actually go on the bottom because it's 12. We're going to be going ahead and using algebra again, so we're going to put the x there because we don't know that one. And then we're going to do the elementary style. 4 times 1 gives me 12. 4 times 3 gives me 12. What you do on the bottom, you do on the top, plus 5 times 3. 5 times 3 will be 15. X equals 15. That will be the answer, which is choice letter B. Once you're done with it, you're going to go to your teacher mate from your Google Classroom. Go ahead. Right there. And then there you go. Yeah. Scroll down. And the answer was 50. You click on it. And if you notice now, I removed the buttons finish for later because you always will get confused. Just click save and close because we have to do the rest. When we're ready to do it later on, I'm going to put finish later. Hopefully that helps you. See you tonight if you can. I'm going to have a little Zoom meeting tonight if you want to. Just make sure you ask your parents. Okay, save and close. And thank you.